A name changed, a past hidden, and now everything collapses. This is not an immigration story, this is a story of identity, deception, and consequences. Ladies and gentlemen, it all begins decades ago. An Indian origin man enters the US, builds a life, and blends in. But behind that life, there was a secret. His name, Gurdev Singh Sohal, but that was not the only name that he used. Well, according to the US authorities, this story is about multiple identities, different names, different details, a completely altered past, all allegedly used just to stay in America and eventually become a US citizen. Here's where the story takes a dramatic turn. Back in 1990s, Sohal had reportedly been ordered to leave the United States. A deportation order, a clear instruction. But instead of leaving, the story allegedly changes the direction. A new identity was created, a new version of life began. Years later, in 2005, he became a US citizen. A full transformation from somebody ordered to leave to somebody who is finally accepted. But secrets, they don't stay buried forever, right? And in this case, the truth, it came back years later. Investigators found something crucial: fingerprints. Yes, old records, new records, and a match. The same person behind different identities. Well, that discovery changed everything because it suggested that key information had been hidden during the citizenship process. And under the US law, if you know, that is a serious crime because citizenship obtained through fraud, it can be taken away. So the US Department of Justice stepped in. They filed a case, a civil complaint arguing that this citizenship should never have been granted in first place. And now the final blow has come. A US federal judge has officially revoked his citizenship. Just like that, everything changed again, from citizen back to normal citizen status. Can you think about the scale of this reversal? Years of life built under one identity are now legally questioned. Officials say that this particular case sends a clear message. If you hide your past, if you manipulate your identity, the system can catch up with you even years later. But behind the legal case, there is a larger story. Story about how immigration system works, how identity is verified, and how technology, like the fingerprints, it is changing everything. Because earlier, such cases, it could slip through. Paper records, limited tracking, but today it is a digital trail. It is data matching, it is cross-checks, nothing stays hidden for long. And that is why this case is being watched very closely, not just in the US, but by immigrant community across the globe.